In this video, we are going to try one of the lightest and smallest nail drills, Atena Cordless nail drill by MelodySusie. Wow, it's super light, super tiny, it's chrome pink, and this is it. Like, there's no power unit.
I will try it with gel and acrylic on my client and on myself. We'll share a couple tips on how to not let this happen, and will give myself a new Christmas manicure.
Super excited to try it, so let's go.
Hey, it's Anastasia. Let's start with the unpacking. This box is so small, like you can hardly believe this is the actual nail drill. Kit includes USB cord. It will take around 1 to 2 hours to fully charge the nail drill, a set of diamond bits, and 26 pieces of additional sanding bands. The handpiece and the entire electric nail file by itself. I got the purple color. They also have white and golden. To change the bits, simply turn this until you hear the click and then turn it back to secure. And this is how we are going to charge it. This electric nail file is not noisy at all. Well, listen for yourself. I will leave the original sound as usual. On the bottom, there is the button for forward and reverse mode that you can change by simply clicking on it. The max speed is 28,000 rotations per minute, and there are 3 options of the speed: low, medium, and high. Let's start the test drive with hard gel overlay. This is my new client, so I have no idea which product was used, but this is definitely a hard gel, not a soft gel or not a gel polish. And since it is clear, I did not notice it immediately, but the layer is rather thick, which means we have something to work on. She did this overlay around a week or 10 days ago in a salon, but she was there as the model for the exam of the new coming nail technician. And also she mentioned that some of her nails were hurting. They looked red, so probably they were overfiled. Which means I need to be extra careful, because when the nails are overfiled or damaged, they are more sensitive, so I should not file too much on one spot to not cause heat spikes. The handpiece of the drill is super light. The only thing that feels unusual is that it is longer than usual. I mean, the handpiece itself, usually they are shorter. And also you always expect some kind of wire coming from it, but there is no wire. I think this electric nail file is perfect for home use, for DIY, for mobile services, and even though it's not as powerful as, let's say, Scarlett nail drill by MelodySusie, which is better for salon work, I'm still looking at this device like something from the future, because it's wireless, because it's fully chargeable. Do you guys remember when wireless technologies started to appear? I personally looked at them like a magic. I remember I used to have this Nokia cell phone, and there was this like single headphone, like a speaker, and you did not have to use this wire, and I was like, oh my god. I remember Wi-Fi, and I just couldn't believe that it is possible that internet can work without wires. And since then, I thought maybe after a little while everything will be wireless, right? Because all these wires under the table, they always make a mess. Sometimes you can accidentally pull it out. So maybe eventually we will not use them at all. Since this client's nails are damaged a little bit, I am not going to take the product completely off, and it's not lifting, by the way. So I am leaving a thin coat like this on her nails to do a new one. So I have to say this drill worked for hard gel very well. It takes a little longer than usual to file off the product, but it still works. Now let's do another test drive on acrylic nails. And these are my nails. It's been 7 weeks since I first did an extensions. It was for Halloween in October. So I had a regular nail polish, I took it off, and now let's file off the product. I will be using carbide bead with black abrasive mark because this is acrylic. And once again, I would like to warn you guys, please do not do this 7-week outgrown nails like I do, because this is bad for your nails, and in a couple moments you will see why once I will start working on my thumb. They probably don't even look that outgrown, but this is what happened. So I did extensions for Halloween. I had them for a while, and then I wanted to try another product. I will be sharing this on my channel soon, by the way. And I just needed them to look fresh, but I was kind of lazy to do a full infill, so I just used a gel base coat and applied it on top. So that way they will look a bit more fresh. As you also noticed, I clipped off the free edge about 3 days ago because my nails were very long already and I hit one nail, a thumb, and that's why it's lifting now. By the way, when someone hits a nail, it's bad anyways, and it's still possible to damage a natural nail. But if this nail was just done, usually it's okay. It may be a little painful, but not as much. And from my experience, all painful nail breaks, all damages usually happen when someone hits an outgrown nail. Meanwhile, I'm almost done with the pinky. This electric nail file worked for acrylic as well. I think I'm going to use it as my to-go e-file and take it with my travels because for now this is the lightest and the smallest e-file I've ever tried, and it is possible to use it for product. By the way, as I was filing off acrylic from my nails at the end of my work, which took around 40 minutes, I guess it was a little warm. It wasn't hot, it wasn't overheated, but a little warm. Sensitive content is coming, so if you do not want to see product removal with lifting, honestly, I don't think I've ever met anyone who doesn't, so let's just keep watching. As you can see, almost my entire thumb is lifting now, right there in the middle, but it's still holding up on the free edge. So once you're working with a lifting like that, our goal is to make the product thin and to remove it from the part where it is not lifting, because the lifted part is going to come out easily. It happened, I think, 3 or 4 days ago, by the way, so it doesn't really hurt anymore. It just feels a little sensitive because my natural nail is obviously damaged, but I think it's better this way when you remove it, not like right away, but after a couple days. The product is already super thin on the free edge, and eventually you will notice that you file and then some kind of holes start to appear. This is because the product is not adhered to the nail anymore. You ready? Goodbye lifting. Actually, it happens pretty fast. And whenever I try to catch it on slow motion, it's still fast, so I guess I will need some kind of special equipment to actually see how this lifting is slowly flying away from the nail. Alright, we are finally done with the most stressful part of this product removal and we can proceed, and I cannot wait to get myself a new set. By the way, each year, every single December, I always work on my clients' nails with the models and I make them beautiful. I mean, I do Christmas or winter style nails for them, and usually I'm the last one to get New Year or Christmas nails because, you know, you just have to work first, and then when you have this a little bit of time, you finally do something on your nails. And usually by that time, I'm already tired and exhausted, and I just do something very simple. I carefully filed off the lifted parts of my natural nail, and then I will proceed with the dry manicure. Since this e-file worked just great for product removal, it is definitely going to work for dry manicure as well. For dry manicure, I will use the medium speed because we don't really need the top one, and I'm using Flame Diamond Bit. Getting back to the holiday season, this year it is going to be different. I will be the first one to have winter nails. And the reason is very simple, is because my nails is falling off already and I just cannot stand it anymore. I just have to give myself a new set. What about you guys? When do you usually take care of your own nails? At the very last minute or in advance? Meanwhile, I switched to the reverse mode, and by the way, if you're looking for an e-file for dry manicure, especially if you use it at home or only for yourself, this is definitely a good option because there's enough power for the dry manicure and cuticle care. Trimming the cuticle and appanicking with manicure scissors, and now I have clean, prepped nails ready for the application. So I feed the form, apply dehydrator and non-acid primer, as well as the thick coat of the base coat, and cure it in LED for 30 seconds. And then I proceed with the gel extensions. Even though I usually have billions of ideas, I have special boards, folders with some of the inspiration pictures for the new year, for Christmas, for any occasion actually. When it comes to doing my nails, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. So this idea came to me at the very last second. I actually started doing nails already. So I realized that I would like to do the nails with a transparent free edge. That's why I need a clear background. So I just did the free edge with a clear gel, took off the forms, and then I'm going to slightly shape them. Sometimes I like to do it this way because once you shape the nails, you will already have this perfect shape, and all you need to do is just to apply the product on top, because I really do not want to file the product anymore. And when you file only the thin product when it's on the free edge, it's much easier and faster. Even though I always preach to my clients, to you guys on my social media, that you're not supposed to do fills later than 4 weeks, I am myself is always guilty of that. Well, I have an excuse, I never have time for myself, and keeping that in mind, I decided to do a medium length this time, because if I make them long, after 3 to 4 weeks they will be super long, and you know how it goes. I just do not trust myself anymore. After shaping, I am going to apply a clear gel on the top. It is super fast and easy because when you already have a surface underneath which is almost ready, all you need to do is just to try to apply the product as smooth, as perfect as possible. So we will skip the part with the filing and shaping, which is my least favorite part out of all extensions, I think. Clear gels are the fastest ones to cure, so usually 30 to 40 seconds is enough. This is how my nails look like after product application. I will still need to buff a little bit on the thumb because I don't really like the shape, and also I just prefer applying the color on top of the matte surface. However, this step is not necessary, you can also skip it, take off the sticky layer and start applying the color right away, but you can also buff it if you're just like me. But do not forget to eliminate all the dust. I prefer just by washing hands. This is the quickest and the easiest way. Now we are at the fun part, the design. Traditional nail art for Christmas usually include colors like green, red, sometimes it's blue, but I decided to go with the beige and brown colors this time, but there will be some Christmas elements as well. So I will be using a different color of brown and beige on each nail, and I'm not applying color on the entire nail. I leave a little bit on the tip free of color, and then I'm not doing the ombre. I'm just simply taking a detailer brush and creating some kind of the lines. So I don't even know what it looks like, some kind of like an icicle or like a dry brush stroke. As I was doing this design, all the memories of my previous holiday seasons just kept coming to my mind. Now I do not work with clients as much as I used to, I just have a few. But a few years ago, when I was working in a salon or I was working in my own like small nail salon, I always had a lot of clients during the holiday season, which is pretty standard for all nail technicians. And I just remember this last 2 weeks before the holidays, they were always crazy. It seemed like not just my client, but every single person, even those who've never ever did manicures or extensions in their life, they decide to do them during the last 2 weeks of December. And I remember one year it was December 30th, like the last day before the new year, and I had 9 clients, I think. And when I finished with the last one, I just couldn't feel my back, and I just lay down on my bed, and honestly, I was waiting for this new year day because all I wanted is just to finally have a good sleep. Like, that was all I was dreaming of. I'm not complaining, by the way, because this is the life I've built for myself back then, and I really needed it at the time. But now I have a different schedule and it is not as busy as it used to be, and now I finally get to enjoy the holiday season and even have time to go shopping to buy some gifts, and that's really cool. Meanwhile, I added the second layer of the colors, and on each nail I am adding a different element for Christmas. Like this one is a Christmas tree, then we had a candy cane on another one, and here we are going to have a gingerbread. Here's a good tip when doing hand painting. If you are doing any kind of design, let's say gingerbread, and you realize that you already like the body, it is better to freeze cure it for at least 4 to 5 seconds. So you will not spoil this, because sometimes I'm like, all right, this line is perfect, and then I just continue working and I didn't freeze cure it, and then I just fully regret it. Since we have a clear nails, it is better to have them glass clear, so I apply the top coat underneath as well, and then I apply it on top and cure for 30 seconds, and the design is ready. What do you think, guys? For some reason, I really enjoyed this simple design, and by the way, my thumb is golden, so I would like to hear your opinions. I enjoyed working with Atena by MelodySusie nail drill, the tiniest nail drill I've ever worked with. Like I said, it is perfect for mobile services, for home use, for DIY. However, for everyday salon work, I will recommend something more powerful, such as Scarlet Drill by MelodySusie. All the links and the discount codes, as usual, will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post new tutorials and product reviews just like this one every week. See you in my next one. Goodbye.